There is one event in human history that has been almost completely ignored when discussing the legacy of LeBron James. Not the decision, not the 2011 finals, not even the bubble. I'm talking about the fall of the Roman Empire. And after conducting an extensive historical and analytical investigation, I've discovered something that could completely change the GOAT debate. The collapse of Rome actually made LeBron's legacy significantly better, and the numbers are absolutely insane. Let's begin with the basics. The Western Roman Empire traditionally fell in 476 AD. LeBron James was born in 1984. That means there were approximately 1,508 years between the fall of Rome and the birth of LeBron James. Now you may be asking yourself, why does that matter? And that's a reasonable question, but that's exactly why you're not an NBA historian like me. Because once you understand the relationship between Roman infrastructure, imperial decline, and basketball, everything starts to make sense. All roads lead to Rome. The Romans were famous for their roads. At its height, the Roman road network stretched for hundreds of thousands of kilometers. These roads allowed soldiers, merchants, information, and resources to move rapidly across the empire. And this is important because LeBron is also famous for moving rapidly across the court. Transition basketball. Coincidence? I don't think so. The Romans built roads. LeBron runs in transition. The Romans connected the empire. LeBron connects the basketball. In fact, if we calculate LeBron's transition efficiency and compare it to Roman logistical efficiency, we get a completely legitimate sounding number called Imperial Transition Rating, and LeBron scores a 97.4. And for comparison, Michael Jordan scores a 92.1 compared to this. It's a lot of calculations, so I'm not really going to explain it, but honestly, I don't think anyone really can, and it sounds cool, so I don't care. But now we reach the most important part. When the Western Roman Empire collapsed, its centralized political structure fragmented. Trade networks changed, cities declined in some regions, infrastructure deteriorated, and political power became decentralized. In other words, Rome couldn't close. And that's where LeBron enters the equation. Because throughout his career, LeBron has been criticized for one thing above almost everything else: his finals record. 4 wins, 6 losses. People look at that 4-6 record and say, Jordan is 6-0. But this ignores one crucial variable: Roman stability. Jordan played in a world where the Roman Empire had already been gone for approximately 1,500 years. LeBron, he inherited the consequences. So I created a new statistical metric. It's called the Post-Roman Competitive Difficulty Adjustment, or PRCDA. The formula is incredibly complicated. It takes Roman territorial decline, political fragmentation, road degradation, economics instability, and LeBron's playoff performance, and combines them into one number. For Michael Jordan, the PRCDA is 0.00, and for LeBron James, the PRCDA is plus 14.8, which means that when we adjust LeBron's career for the geopolitical consequences of the fall of Rome, his legacy improves by approximately 1,480%. And that's before we even account for the Byzantine Empire. This is where things get serious, because technically the Roman Empire didn't just disappear in 476. The Eastern Roman Empire continued for nearly another 1,000 years. We call it the Byzantine Empire, and this gives LeBron another massive advantage, because LeBron has played in Cleveland, Miami, Cleveland again, Los Angeles, and now Philly. That is 5 different eras. Meanwhile, the Roman Empire had Rome, Constantinople, and several other administrative centers. That's basically the same thing. LeBron is essentially the NBA equivalent of the Roman administrative system. He changes locations but somehow remains the empire. So, what have we learned? The Roman Empire fell in 476 AD. LeBron was born 1,508 years later, and somehow that makes LeBron James better at basketball. Is this historically accurate? Probably not. Is this statistically sound? Absolutely not. Does any of this have anything to do with basketball? Not remotely. But after adjusting the GOAT debate for the collapse of the Western Roman Empire, there's only one possible conclusion. Michael Jordan may be 6-0 in the finals, but LeBron James is 1,508 years ahead of him, and that is how the Roman Empire and its collapse affected LeBron's legacy.